Hello, and welcome to episode 44 of Birdcore.
Welcome to Birdcore. Sorry, I'm so nervous. Welcome to Birdcore. Stupid idiot! Stupid!
I mean, like, old people piss their bed all the time. I piss my bed all the time.
You're pissing right now.
My flesh prison needs more inmates.
Have you been hitting the cream?
This is in the Bible.
You're being sold for $14.
Now I might be accidentally baptized next week.
I'll do the Ozempic commercial. Beep-a-dee-bop-bop-beep-boop-bee. Beep-a-dee-bop-bop-beep-bo.
Did you get the cowboy butter?
I will inflict you on the sentence. I will inflict you. I will inflict.
That's our introduction stinger for the podcast.
Love it.
Yeah, that's why I kind of just went nonverbal, and you kind of looked over at me and thought maybe it was starting or whatnot.
Are we not?
Well, now we are. Can you move your mic a little bit, like? No, like facing, like. Yeah, that works. That works. Here, I'll raise your volume a bit. Okay, great. Hey, everybody. For those of you watching, you'll notice that I'm in a living room of sorts, but it's not my Toronto living room. That's because it's my Montreal living room. This is like Toronto is a home studio, but this is probably as home studio as it gets. Last episode, I was in Montreal, and I had my dad and Terry DeMonte on the podcast. This week, I am also joined by blood relatives of mine. I didn't write like a formal introduction because I feel like I know enough about the two of you. Charlie's already making the mogging face to the camera. That's right. This week, I'm joined by my mama, and my little brother, Charlie, is here as well. My little sister, Allison, did not want to be on the podcast. She doesn't really love to keep like a digital footprint, so I don't blame her. That's okay. We're also joined by Sophie the dog and Frank the cat.
This week's episode is actually sponsored by Sophie and Frank.
Mm-hmm. That's true, yeah. Thank you, Sophie and Frank, for being longtime financial contributors to the podcast. We would not be able to do it without you guys. Yeah, Mom, Charlie, thank you for being here.
Yeah, man.
Thanks
for having me.
us.
You're very welcome. Did you ever expect that one day you would be on a podcast?
Certainly not your podcast.
No? Why not?
I don't know.
I had a feeling.
Well, what do you mean, on this podcast or just generally on a podcast?
I guess both.
Well, no, I don't. No, I didn't, I guess. I don't know. I just figured I wasn't, like, interesting for you.
Well, you're my mother.
I know.
Everything about you is interesting for me. Aww. Charlie, you thought maybe you would be?
Yeah, like I had a feeling. I mean, I'm a bit of an interesting guy, I guess.
I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be here?
It's good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad we could finally do this.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
It was really cool, like, doing it with Dad. And then I was like, okay, well, I want to be able to, because it's something that I'll be able to look back at forever, which is really cool,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
That's how I felt like, Mom, when you and Dad came to watch me do stand-up.
Yeah.
That was, like, something that was always, like, on my bucket list to have you guys come watch a show.
Yeah,
or just,
great.
like, watch me do it one day. Well, I'm in town right now for Easter. We're having an Easter dinner in, like, an hour and a half.
I better start the roast.
Probably. Well, we have to get through this whole thing. Yeah, we got to get through this whole thing first. Yeah. What are we having for Easter dinner, though?
We're having a roast of some sort. We're having scalloped potatoes and salad and green beans and some schmutz Dad's bringing over.
Yeah, Dad's
something like that.
Dad's bringing all sorts of dessert, too. But the fridge right now is stocked with, like, there's carrot cake, there's Rosie's mini egg banana pudding.
You're going to have a food coma.
Probably, yeah. I think that's kind of what Easter's all about, though, is getting a food coma.
Yeah, what can you do, right?
Right, yeah. We also have candy left over from the movie we went to last night. We went to see Super Mario Galaxy movie. Charlie and I used to play that video game all the time. I think
like top tier video game,
right?
Like to this day, it's my favorite video game.
And we beat it like twice, right, or something. You may have beaten it more.
Yeah, like I probably like every couple of years, like I'll pull out the Wii and I'll just like run it from like beginning to end again.
Do you guys remember when we used to have the Wii at like our house that we on Chester? And
I think I know where this is going.
we had the Wii on for so long that the Wii like main menu was engraved into the TV because we left it on.
It burnt into the screen.
Yeah.
I think we like went on vacation for like 2 weeks and then the Wii main menu was just like burnt into the screen.
And the Wii jingle was probably going the entire time.
Probably, yeah.
You remember your little GameCube in the attic?
Yeah. That's where it all started. Yeah.
Is that also the morning that I think I vividly remember when Dad was on the radio one day and there was a snow day and it was like 6 or 7 in the morning, and he had called you to say that there's going to be a snow day, and Charlie was the one who picked up the phone because he was playing Need for Speed. You were like, what, 6 years old playing Need for Speed up in the attic? On the
It was like
Dixie?
5:30 in the morning. It was super early. We still have that call. I still have that like on recording.
Yeah.
It's so cute. Yeah,
could bake it
until
in.
it wasn't.
And then until it wasn't?
That was the day that I said F- on the radio.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Maybe you should talk to her first, seeing
I
as we're
will.
probably waking her up.
Dan? Sam?
It's me, Charlie, Dad.
Oh, hi, Charlie. How are you, buddy?
Good.
Yeah. Were you sleeping?
No.
No. Did you know you don't have school today?
Oh, you're f***ing kidding me.
Dan, we're on the air.
Hello?
Dan,
What?
we're on the air.
I didn't know that.
Well, you do now.
Sorry, everybody.
I was the first
We
thing,
are blanking, not kidding you.
The first thing I was going to say to you was, we're on the air, so don't drop any F-bombs.
Sorry. Sorry.
Moving right along.
Hi, Dan.
So I guess you didn't hear.
No, I've been up all night. I just got the baby back to sleep. Like, I just lied down. I heard the phone ring, and then I picked it up and heard Charlie on the phone. Sorry.
Wow.
That's all right.
It was me. What?
It was me. Look at that, covering for his mom.
I heard the phone ringing. It's because it was still in the attic with me. So then after 2 rings, I got the phone, and I hear Dad.
Yeah. Good boy.
Thanks, Joe.
Are you up in the attic, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you playing your Need for Speed games?
Yeah, no. I'm playing Most Wanted right now.
Most wanted.
Most wanted.
Need for Speed Most Wanted. Well, you don't have to go to school today, pal. It's closed because of the snow.
Are all the school boards closed?
Most of them are.
Yeah.
So they're both home today?
Yeah. Yeah, they're both home.
Yeah!
Very opposite reactions there.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
No, that
well,
wasn't me.
no. I'll get home as soon as I can to help out, Dan.
What do you make now of all your babies are grown up?
I
Your
can't-
youngest is 18
My
now.
youngest is 18. I cannot believe how fast the years went by. I can't believe it. It was 2008, like yesterday. I can't believe it. You're turning 27. You're turning 25. Allie's a full-grown adult woman. Yeah, it's crazy. You're still my favorite people in the entire world, though.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you were about to like pick a favorite there. I was about to be like, is it him?
I thought you were about to say, you're still my favorite child. Oh, that's funny.
Charlie, you're the middle child. Like,
Yeah. Got some work to do. Pick it up.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. No, I don't think any parent could have a favorite child, but I don't know. I'm not a parent.
Absolutely not.
No. Yeah, I remember we were on a walk when I was 11, and you were like, I'm going to blink and you'll be 22.
Yeah.
And then we blinked.
That's literally what happened.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
I heard that the days are long, but the years are quick.
That's a great expression,
Yeah.
and it's absolutely true.
I was about to say that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
No,
stole it from you.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Stole it.
No, but yeah, I don't know. Like, it's crazy to me just how, like we were kids, we were like going to the park, we were playing, kick the can, whatever. Like Bader Fay Pool, riding our bikes around, and like that's just it's gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like it got to a point where it's like, you're not doing it anymore. There was like a last day that you went and did that, and you probably never knew it was going to be the last day that, like, you went to the Bader Fay Pool or you went to play kick the can. It's just kind of, it's crazy. Like, time goes and you grow up, and I don't know what I'm getting at here.
No, but it makes total sense. Like in that moment, this is something that you think you're going to go do the day after, and then
You don't realize it was the last day that you ever did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about like playing hockey, like playing professional hockey, not professional, Christ, playing organized hockey, or like playing organized football. But actually, football, I knew it was my last time because I got concussed.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe that's it for my career.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I loved those years.
Yeah, those are fun.
They were great.
Yeah.
Also until they weren't.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But
What can you do?
now you like got a car to pay for and stuff, Charlie. You got like, you literally were just.
That's like a recent thing, but
Yeah.
life happens.
Yeah.
Just got my license, 24 years old. But
That's okay, man.
What can
Some
you do?
people are what, like 40 and don't have their license?
Some
Yeah.
people never drive.
That's true.
No, me, it was just bad circumstances, you know. But
Yeah, but you
you
know,
live, you learn.
that's exactly it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep, yep,
And you lived and you learned, and now you're able to drive. So
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, I want to talk a little bit about your school as well.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
like that's another thing. I know that like growing up, I think like for some people, like books and that kind of school, it just is not necessarily for them. And I know that you kind of found that it was like more in high school when you realized that it wasn't like the path for you.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. Like even in elementary school, like I kind of bounced around from school to school, and then I don't know, like going into high school, I wanted to follow your footsteps. Like I wanted to go to Loyola like you did, private school for those who don't know. And then finally, like I got accepted pretty quickly, it turned out like it wasn't for me. I was kind of like, I was misbehaved. You know what I mean? Like kind of, it took me a bit of time to like gain that discipline. So like I got booted out of there in a matter of months, you know what I mean? And then I ended up at BHS, did that for like a year and a half, and then like got booted from there too, and then went through adult ed. I was just like, F this, man. Like I hated it. You know what I mean? I don't think I ever did homework once throughout high school, but I was like one of those guys that could, go into a test, absolutely ace it, but like not do my homework, like talk back to the teachers, just like around the whole time, you know what I mean? So I kind of like the teachers probably saw that and didn't like it, like some teachers I had a good relationship with, but other ones were probably just like, this guy, but yeah, I kind of bounced around, and it just like, it wasn't a good time. You know what I mean? Like I knew that CJEP wasn't going to fly, university, God no, like it wasn't an option even, you know what I mean? I wouldn't have gotten through it. And then, it was only until I started trade school like a year ago that, things really picked up. There was like a gap, maybe 5-6 years that I was out of school. I mean, in those years, like I tried to do school again, but it was a matter of weeks before I just like dropped out. Like those years I was just working odd jobs, like you name it, man.
Dagwoods.
Yeah. Dagwoods, Tim Hortons, different restaurants. Dude, I cut grass, I put down pave, I cleaned windows, I did pressure washing. The list goes on, just like a lot of like the hands-on stuff. And, whatever I did, like I was pretty good at it. You know what I mean? But I knew that it wouldn't be sustainable to like cut the grass full time. Like where would that get me?
Yeah, it's not a career.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like I knew I wanted to do a trade. I just didn't know like what the prerequisites were. So it's like I always thought I wasn't qualified. I was like, like I'll have to go back. And it doesn't help that I wasn't able to drive. Like I was relying on other people to get me around. So like, that just made the school thing harder. Like if I was able to do it on my own terms, odds are I would have done it. But, it was just a bad situation. Like I made bad choices when I was younger, and then I wasn't able to drive for a few years. And, like I said, you live, you learn. But no, like once I finally inquired about trade school, I took a GDT exam, which is kind of like a high school equivalency. So I did that, and then that was my pathway into it. And from there, it was only up. You know what I mean? I was happy to be doing something different. I was kind of just doing the same on repeat for years and years, and like I was just fed up, dude. And then I got into trade school. I started applying myself, and everyone I spoke to about it. Like we got buddies like Troy, who did it out in BC, and he was like, "Look, pay attention. Like you get what you make out of it. You can go there for 12 months and the dog the whole time, and that's a blue collar expression. The dog, it means like you're lazy.
Yeah,
but like you could do that, and like get your DEP, which is your diploma in trade, or in English it's a DVS, but it's just it's like you're valid. It's your diploma in it. you could do that, like get your cards that way, but what was the point? You know what I mean? Like in construction, you can just jump in a labor pool, get your cards that way. But the reason I wanted to do 12 months of school was to learn and enhance my skills, you know, like before I got into it, I worked in renovation for a bit, and kind of that was the first job where I was like, you know what, like I actually like this, but I just wanted to further enhance my skills. So, you know, that's when I jumped into trade school, and doing that, man, I got involved right away. I jumped on the student council that they had at the school. I was very active in my classes. Like the first day, you know, they were like, all right, guys, like get a group chat going among you guys. And does anyone want to take care of that? And I was like, I'll do it. You know, I jumped in and I was like, yeah, like I'll arrange this for everyone. And I think that was the start of having like a good dynamic as a group. Like our group was very strong. We had a good dynamic. Like we're all buddies. You know what I mean? And like I don't want to take credit, you know what I mean? It's you know, part of it's luck, but I really tried to like push for that. You know, like I said, the first day I was like, all right, like I'll just like get this going. You know, and like the stuff for the student council, you know, whatever they asked me to do, like I did it with no problem. You know, like the school does events like barbecues, stuff like that. Like I was on board setting that up, you know, and like so much so to the point that, you know, they approached me and they were like, all right, like let's take this one step further. Like, you know, we have career fairs at high schools, like come promote the trades. I was like, okay, sweet. Like no problem. You know, so I did that. I did that at a few schools, and then they approached me again. They were like, hey, you know, we're doing a video for Learn Quebec for the government. We want you to be the face on that. I was like, okay, sweet.
How did that feel?
It was cool, man. Like I was nervous, but
also like being asked to do that.
Oh, it's an honor. It's the feeling's sweet. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like I tried to, like it was the first time I was in school and I actually enjoyed it. You know what I mean? So it's like I was engaged, where back in high school I would just like skip. I would want to get out of there, you know, like go chill with my friends. But trade school was just a different experience for me, man. I enjoyed it, you know, like I can't sit at a desk all day.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can like barely sit here for this hour on the podcast, you know, before I start like playing with my hands and bouncing my leg. And,
yeah. Last night in the movie, you were like, I saw you pulling out your phone at some point. So I'm like,
oh yeah, my phone doesn't stop.
Yeah.
My phone doesn't stop. It blows up. You know, it's whether it's like group chats, like I have, you know, some jobs going, stuff like that. And I'm always like, oh my God, is this important?
Yeah.
Like I can't turn that ringer off, you know?
Well, another thing, like in the trades as well, is a lot of side jobs, right? Like you do tons of side jobs. So you kind of always got to be, you know, oh, in 2 hours, dude, can you help us with this? I don't really know like what the job, you know, take down this wall or whatever. I don't know what they are specifically.
Yeah, for sure, man. No, I was kind of, like at one point I was kind of all over the place. Like I want to say recently-ish, you know, like I was doing school 5 days a week at my school. It's like, it's in the boonies, man. It's near the border to the US, you know, it's like an hour each way. And then, you know, one of my buddies bought a duplex. He's renovating it. He's like, can you do the framing? I was like, hell yeah, man, I'll do the framing. You know, another buddy bought another building, and he's like, yeah, we gotta do a bunch of renovation like you had. And I was like, yeah, man, 100%. You know, so that on top of school, it's like I would go to school from 9 to 4, and then you know, I would go work after that. Weekends I'd be working both days. Like at one point I was like 7 days a week, to the point I was like kind of getting burnt out.
Yeah, absolutely.
The hard thing about being in school full time is I can't work full time. You know what I mean? So it's like I had to kind of like make ends meet, and you know, that's what the side jobs were doing for me. But at the same time, you know, I'm gaining skills, so it's like it's a win-win situation. You know, like I stay fed, and I'm learning.
And at this point, at the time this episode is released, you will have graduated because your grad is on Tuesday. Yeah. So by the time this is out, congratulations on that, by the way.
Thanks, man.
Mom, what does it mean to you hearing this, like from, you know, your son especially, who had such, as you can hear, like, you know, the time in high school and how the bouncing around, and now to see how good he's doing now?
I mean, I'm beside myself, proud of Charlie, beside myself. You know, he had a very difficult trajectory. and he assumes a lot of responsibility for it, but a lot of it was not his fault. And as a mom, it was hard to watch. And Chu, you say this teacher, probably didn't like me. There was always somebody at every single school you went to that was really rooting for you, that really loved you. Starting at St. Edmunds, I remember the principal used to take you to the dollar store at lunchtime just to hang out with you. There was even Whiteside Taylor. You had Joanne, she loved you. Anyways, there was always somebody everywhere you went that just adored you and was rooting for you right up until today. And as I said, it was painful to watch as a mom, especially when, I couldn't do anything to fix it for you. It was all that to say is I'm beyond proud of you today. Somebody said to me the other day, how's it going? And I was like, meh. And they were like, what is it? Work, relationship, kids. And I thought, it's not kids. Kids are awesome. You guys are great. And I have no words, babe. I'm just so proud. So that's how I feel.
That's really sweet.
Yeah. Frank is here, yeah.
I could see you getting emotional there and it started making me emotional too. Yeah. Jeez. Hold on, I need a second.
Let it out. Let it all.
No, I can't. No, I can't let it out. No, it's really good. It's really also as a big brother, it's really cool to see too.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, especially living away, it's so difficult to I can only call or text kind of thing.
Yeah. No.
Speaking of call,
yeah,
the phone's always going. You see?
Yeah.
Is it a side job? Do you need to, or is it dad?
It's dad.
Really? So he's probably texted or called both of us too.
He's probably on the way 2 hours early.
Oh, probably. You could text him and say we're recording the podcast.
Yeah. It went to voicemail. So
okay, he's gonna walk.
He'll leave a voicemail. Hey, Chu, how's it going?
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna walk to the back. Barloof, calling for the dog. Too bad she's deaf. God, she's 15, eh?
Almost. How old? Yeah. When's her birthday, Chu? She's 14
August?
and a half. So
August?
she'll be 15 in the summer.
She'll be 15 in the summer. Yeah. I don't know. She's
a happy dog.
She's happy.
Yeah.
She's happy.
She's so happy. She's decrepit.
Yeah. Yeah, a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Senile?
Yeah.
She just sits at the wall and barks at it, you know what I mean? Or barks at herself in the mirror. I see her on the couch over there and she's just looking into nothing, just roo, 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 roo,
She's happy barking.
Yeah,
she's happy.
Yeah, she does.
I don't know, man. She didn't start doing that till she was a couple
years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
She used to be the white that Frank is.
Yeah.
And now she's stained a beige hue.
She's had a tough run.
Poor pup.
Yeah.
Oh, she's falling asleep. I hope that's
But you know what part of me wonders, because she had really bad allergies, with her ears. She was always for years she was always scratching her ears. I wonder if that plays into the fact that now she can't hear. You can scream at her and she's just gonna stay asleep. You know what I mean?
She may have just scratched her eardrums right out.
That's it. It's possible. Yeah. You see her eyes, she's losing a little vision too. It's kind of like Stevie Wonder and a dog.
That's true. If only she could play the piano that well and sing that well.
It's never too late to learn.
That's true. Well, it might be. I'm worried that Frank is gonna walk over and press one of the sound effects or the.
No, he's had it. He's leaving.
Yeah, here, Mom. Let me play some for you. I don't know if you ever. Sorry, that was the first one I played. I'm really sorry, actually.
Bruh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
What the heck?
Okay.
Who wants some chimichangas?
My question is, why are you doing it with your feet?
Well, I can't really reach over comfortably, so I've mastered it with my feet.
My question is, why are you doing it at all?
Well, that's a good point.
I think he just wanted to show you what the
soundboard on his thing.
Yeah. I just want you to be proud of me.
Maybe he thought you would be intrigued by it.
Yeah, I wanted to see.
I don't know.
And I try to do it every episode. I try to at least hit them at some point. But sometimes I have guests who are a bit more serious. Well, not serious, but I want the conversation to be a lot more serious. Last week, 2 episodes ago, I had my friend Leah, who's a content creator, comedy, sketch. So it was appropriate. She was even cueing me in. we were having a conversation, and then she would say bruh, which was my instinct to go bruh, and then the week before that, 2 weeks before that, I had my friend Bridget, who is like a multimedia host. Like, she is very well established in media as a personality in Toronto and an entrepreneur. And with her, I wasn't just gonna like, play sound effects like that. So I'm very selective.
They're looking at you like,
yeah, exactly. I'm asking, like, she put together this one-day event that actually Street Sense was a part of, where we did that stage show, that brief stage show where it was for teens and mental health awareness and like digital literacy as well. So she was the founder of that. Like, she put that together. So I didn't necessarily want to be just like spamming the fart sound effect while she was talking about mental health wellness in teens.
Valid. It's valid.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do? Yeah. I also, going back a little bit, Charlie, to the trade conversation is, and I wanted you to talk a bit about this, and then actually, Mom, I kind of want to hear your take on this as well, because part of the career of trade in Canada, at least, I know that out west there's a big, I guess, like, I don't know if demand for it is the right word, but that's where you can make a lot of good money and make a career for yourself, is specifically like carpentry or what other, like, I know out west is a big scene for it, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it all depends what you do. It's not necessarily just out west. Like, there's a lot in Quebec right now, like carpentry in Quebec right now. That's my specialty, right? That's my trade. I'm a carpenter.
Yeah.
But even like electricians, plumbers, the list goes on. There's demand everywhere in Canada. It doesn't matter what province you go to. But where the money really is in a lot of the remote work. Like, guys will go up north and, do stuff there, water dams. You can go to Fort McMurray, where they have the oil sands. Those guys need a place to stay. You know what I mean? So they need like carpenters, electricians, plumbers to do the upkeep on that. And a lot of those guys that are working out there, like, they might decide that, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to stay full time. So they need a house. You know what I mean? So but just with the population growing as well, like, there's always going to be a demand, for houses to go up and just the upkeep. You know what I mean? If a house is 100 years old and it hasn't had stuff done on the upkeep, like, needs to get done. You know what I mean? That's where guys come in to renovate, and there's always going to be work in those fields.
So that's why I know that out west is particularly intriguing to you. Is that a big part of why you might want to go work out there?
Yeah. I like one of Dad's friends.
Yeah.
He spoke to him and he said that, like, he's out west in Fort McMurray. Went out there about 20 years ago, and he decided to stay there. Like, he got a job in the oil sands, and now he's managing sites out there, and he's made a great living for himself. And he's like, listen, like, if you want the in, like, we can probably work something out. So that's something I'm heavily debating right now. But still,
met his wife out there, had 3 kids.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Awesome guy. Like, I hope it works out there. Like, that's on the table. I'm intrigued by the remote work, just because I know, if that's something I do, like, it's a good cushion to fall back on, even if it's not like a forever thing. I think a lot of guys do that while they're young, because it sets them up in the long run. You know what I mean? Like, I could maybe do it a couple years, and then that could be my down payment on a house, or I can invest in, tools, a truck, whatever, start my own company. So yeah, I mean,
poor mom would have to watch another kid move away.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like, I think it's, I mean, obviously I can imagine as a parent, it's hard to watch a kid move away, but I feel like I'm not of two minds, but there's two ways to look at it. Like, I moved away to pursue a career that, like, now I'm so fulfilled with and so grateful for. Charlie, if he is to go out west, would be doing something that is so beneficial for him and he enjoys it. Like, it's one thing to have a kid go away and, if they're miserable, for example, it's much harder, but
like prison.
God.
Yeah, Rikers Island. No, but it's but it must be so, at the end of the day, like nice for you that
Yeah.
at least we're doing stuff that is such a passion of ours, right?
Well, I always tell you, I'm happy if you're happy. I miss you terribly, but I know you're thriving. So it makes me happy, you know? It like one offsets the other. And same thing for Chu. I mean, we were driving, I don't know, a couple of months ago, and he said to me, I wonder if I'm always going to be like working in Beaconsfield. And I was like, my God, no. No, you're not. Like,
Yeah,
Charlie, you need to... No, go. I mean, like, you need to go, like, spread your wings and do things and go places. And, like, you've got, like, the whole universe open.
Get it? Spread my wings?
Because bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Right?
No,
You're
but
gonna
that's...
do stand-up also.
Yeah. Who knows? I have stage fright. Like, not just on the mic, but... No, but that's one thing that always, like, I guess more recently kind of started troubling me. I kind of, like, I tend to stutter a bit.
That's okay.
No, but, like, that's one thing that troubles me is that, you know, I've been thinking and I'm like, dude, do I want to be in Montreal my whole life? Like, do I want to at least try to go somewhere else? You know what I mean? Like you tried Toronto, you know, whether it's a forever thing or not, like, at least you got that under your belt. And then one day if you decide, like, okay, I want to, like, up and move to Chicago or LA, like, you can do that. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't want to get to a point later in life where I'm, like, tied down, you know, like, I got, like, a house to take care of. I got kids. I got whatever. And I'm like, damn, like, you know, I wish I went out west when I was younger. I wish, like, you know, I moved to Europe or, you know, like, at least to just try something out. So it's kind of like, now I'm at the point where I'm like I should do that before it's too late.
Yeah, I mean, like we were talking about before too, it's like those days in the parks as kids, like before you know it,
it goes.
It goes, yeah. Yeah. Well, it's really good to be cognizant of that too, because some people, like, end up living a life with a lot of regret because one day they're like, why did I never try that? Like, I mean, I've said this to you before, Charlie, like, nothing changes if nothing changes. And you know what I mean? Like, you've made decisions that have facilitated that change, which is good. But yeah, ultimately, you know, you have to be the one to get yourself, you know, 1 foot at a time. And it's you who has to take those steps kind of thing.
Yeah. And no one's going to do it for you.
No.
You know what I mean? You gotta do it for yourself. And it's not easy, you know, like, things don't happen overnight, but it's possible. Anything's possible.
Yeah. That's what Kevin Garnett said after the Boston Celtics won the NBA championship.
I don't know who that is.
There's a video of him yelling into the microphone, anything is possible. I've seen it in some motivation videos.
Gotcha.
Not much of a basketballer.
No?
Myself, no, as you know.
No.
I'm going to take this mic off the stand because my earphones... Are you guys comfortable here?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You got your dog? There, I'm just going to move that over. Yeah, it's still recording.
Imagine it wasn't recording this time.
We just, like, did all this for nothing.
Right? You can't recreate that. I was talking with Dad and Terry about that. Is like something like this, you can't... Excuse me? You can't...
Do over.
No, you can't do over.
Yeah.
No, you get that one take.
Yeah.
You're not just gonna go over, okay, what we talk about? Let's try to... No, you don't recreate that.
No, because the
you get, like, your
timing's
one
all
take,
there.
and that's that, you know?
When we were recording at their studio the other day, or Pantelis' studio, I should say, there was one point where, like, the freight elevator started going, and then it cut out our, like, one of our, I guess, our server, or, like, our one of our hard drives. It just stopped.
How does an elevator cut out a hard drive?
Because the building was, like, shaking and the floor was vibrating. So it cut out one of the hard drives. So we were, like, mid-conversation, probably like 45 minutes in, 50 minutes in, and one of the hard drives got completely cut out. And Mano, the producer, he realized it. He was like, whoa, wait, stop. So we lost, like, I think 2 minutes of conversation. But, I mean, could you imagine if we had lost the whole episode? That would have been...
Yeah, that would have been bad.
Pop yang.
No.
Yeah, no. It's... Especially with podcasting, what I love is it's so raw and authentic. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it makes it even more hard to replicate. It's different if it was scripted, you know. Everyone knows what they're going to say.
How do you do that?
Yeah, you
like,
can.
how do you script a podcast?
Well, I guess it would have to be like for a sketch or for a show, or like you can't script. I mean, Ryan and I used to have a scripted podcast, but that was more of like an audio show. The hockey podcast, Press Box Chatter. Yeah,
Was that your first one?
That was my first podcast.
I still
First
follow
podcast,
that on
yeah.
like
Well, thank you.
on what? I think I have it on my podcasts or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Maybe.
Rhino and the Birdman.
Yeah. Last time the Canadians were good, we were running that podcast.
You know what else I still follow is Meteorite Meatballs.
Really?
Yeah. Is that
Oh,
on
yeah.
Instagram?
Yeah, that's on Instagram. Yeah, that was like our SSX page. Remember? With me and the boys, we made the bacon wrap meatballs.
Yeah.
Yeah, after we graduated, we kind of turned that page into like a bit of a meme page.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we graduated, we were like,
What do you do with this?
yeah, so we just started like
Do
posting
something.
pictures of
3 moms
Justin.
and like 7 guys following it.
Meecher?
Yeah, Meecher.
Meecher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out Meecher. I hope he's well.
I love that guy.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it's out of the boys, consistent listeners are Jules, Jack. I know Logan listens. Well, they're the ones who tell me they listen. I don't know if anyone else listens, like out of the boys, but that's also such a nice thing. Is like to have like
Your boys like back up what you do.
yeah, that too, and just like
Yeah.
the nature of like how tight our group really is.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys saw us like we've been friends now for what, like that group, we've been a core for like 12, 13 years now.
Yeah.
It's like half your life, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And you guys saw it develop like in front of your eyes, like over the
Oh, yeah.
years.
Yeah, for sure, man.
You know? Yeah, you
Good
like
boys.
you organized like our prom. Was it our prom that you?
Oh yeah, it was
Put
your
together?
prom. Yeah, it was your prom. And then all of you, like the entire grade and dates, slept at our house.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the entire grade. It felt like the entire grade.
A lot of West Islanders slept at our house.
And on the lawn.
Yeah, there was one guy who slept in a ditch.
Why don't I remember that?
I don't
Where
think
were
you were
you? I
home
feel like
because
you
someone
weren't
slept in
home.
your bed.
Where would I have been?
I don't know. Good question.
But here we are now, and here we are today, and everything's okay, right?
Knock on
Yeah.
wood.
Like you said, kids are awesome, right?
Is that what I said?
Yeah, you said. Yeah, I think 10 minutes ago, when people ask you like,
Getting old.
what's going on?
Oh, the kid.
Say,
Yeah, the kids are doing
awesome.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up is that one. See what she does with her life.
Yeah. She's gonna be okay.
Yeah. Well, she loves social work. She loves to go visit Nanny.
Yeah.
In the
She's great
home.
with Nanny and all the rest of them.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
That's such a like having patience for that.
It's innate with her.
Yeah,
It
it's
really
just
comes
natural.
from a place of wanting to, being genuinely interested in like elderly people. So yeah, it'll be interesting to watch what she does.
Yeah.
Trying to get that life insurance check.
I'm telling you, I don't think if you murder me, I don't think you get the life insurance. Is that what you're saying?
No.
No.
What are you saying?
If Nanny drops.
Oh yeah.
Hit the light.
Don't hold your breath. There's no life insurance.
She's
coming.
hanging on. Oh, and
Furthermore,
that-
yeah, there's no fortune coming when your grandmother passes.
it's just all her agendas and her journals and notebooks.
Yeah.
I already
bless
got the
her.
car, so
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. You had the car.
Yeah, that's how I knew things were going south already. Is she gave you her?
yeah, she was just like, "Here's my car.
beloved
Here's my car of 30 years."
That she would,
Okay,
but
sweet.
but you know what? She like held on to her word because
Yeah, she held her promise.
She always said,
Yeah.
"I'm going to give it to Charlie. I'm going to give it to Charlie." And you were like 8, 9, 10. I'm like, "Okay, mommy." She literally gave it to you one day, and
Yeah.
then
Then I got pulled over in it. You see the theme here?
Yeah.
see, not your fault.
Kind of my fault.
That's okay. Well, these are all stories, you know. These are all things you look back on.
Yeah.
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 I was going to get her apartment.
Oh yeah, she wanted to keep her apartment for you.
Yeah.
It's true. It was a great little apartment.
It was really nice. Sometimes I wonder if I stayed here if I would have it.
Yeah.
But
I was saying we should have subleased it.
I know.
Could have
but
made a bag.
Yeah, I don't think it would have been that easy for some reason.
Could have figured it out.
Well, sorry.
She was paying cheap. Like, she was in there for a while. She
Oh,
was
yeah.
paying, like, this was like a top floor Westmount, like, looking at the mountain. She, like, it wasn't even like $1,000 a month.
No, she had a
I
sweet
would've-
deal.
yeah, that's it. I would have subleased it for like $2,500.
Sorry.
Money in my pocket.
Okay.
that's okay.
What can you do?
Yeah. I remember posting a picture on Facebook like back in 2016 where I was up at the lookout. Like I posted on Facebook.
Yeah.
Of, like, you know, this picture was not live. And Nanny, she commented, "I see you. I am waving."
Oh.
For a profile picture that I posted.
Nanny.
It was like, Nanny, yeah, no, it's okay. We were talking about this yesterday with Gianluca and Alexa and Vass. We were talking about Nanny. And anytime Gianluca like thinks of Nanny or hears Nanny's name, he thinks of her Facebook profile picture being a picture that Nanny took of her picture on the computer, and the mouse
The
is
mouse on her face.
yeah, the little computer mouse.
Nanny. It's funny that your friends have like memories of Nanny. Like my friends have memories. Like I have that same core group that you have. Like my friends have been my friends since I was like 15 years old, like 14 years old, and they knew her as Pam. And Pam would make us like gin and tonics in the backyard. We were like 16. She'd bring out like a little bowl of lemon and ice, and they have different memories, like equally like up, but yeah, different memories of Pam.
When you stole Pam's marijuana cigarettes?
Stole Pam's marijuana cigarettes. I stole Pam's car a couple of times.
So, Charlie, I know where you get it from.
Yeah, but I knew she was never going to say, like, where are my... Although eventually she did say, I know you stole my marijuana cigarettes. Like, somebody had given her a pack of cigarettes, an empty pack of cigarettes that had these little... And my mother wasn't a pot smoker at all. And I was looking for something in her like pantyhose drawer one night. I think that was like, those were the years of clubbing where you like, I don't know why I was looking for pantyhose, but I was. And I found this pack of cigarettes that had these like rolled, and I'm like, I'm going to take these. She's never going to accuse me of like stealing her marijuana cigarettes. And it took her a couple of years, and she was like, I know you took my marijuana cigarettes.
You know what I was thinking about earlier also was just seeing as we're on the podcast together, it would be really cool. This isn't to preface, this is
Spit
not,
it out.
But if this is somehow how I told you, like, oh, Sham and I are expecting or something like that, could you imagine that?
Oh, yeah.
That's why I really had to preface and be like,
this is not what's happening.
Yeah, but it'd be cool to see your live reaction and then have that live reaction forever.
For sure.
So in a few years, we'll do part 2 of the podcast.
Okay.
And that's when I'll tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll know, though. We'll see it coming. 'Cause now you've just set it up.
Well, no, maybe I'll...
Maybe do like an episode in between, you know?
Well, we should be recurring guests.
Okay, that works. Yeah. Well, you guys, next time you come to Toronto, I can have you on again.
Excuse me.
And you can bring the dog.
No, I can't even get her down the street to the vet. She hates the car.
Yeah, poor thing. She likes her her chairs.
Oh my God, remember when we went to Quebec City and we thought it would be a good idea to bring the dog, and she like vomited all over Dad's pickup truck?
Bro,
and
in
my
the car.
Coat, she did everything all over my coat to the point that once we got there, I had to buy a new winter coat.
Jeez,
it had to go right in the garbage.
She had
that was not a good trip. No.
She had made a mess of the back seat by the time we got to the gas station 2 kilometers away from the house.
Why'd we keep going?
Where else were we going to leave the dog?
Well, why? Well, he said we just left the house. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna just like leave the water bowl full for.
Well,
like
her
3
and
days,
Belle and Jaja could have figured it out.
Yeah, they would have just like pulled the pans out and said like, "Okay, Katie's for dinner."
Yeah, exactly.
Jaja used to lose like. Do you remember she used to lose like massive patches of fur?
Yeah,
they would like. I don't even know the word. They would like literally like crawl off of her.
Yeah,
and we'd find them in the yard. I remember I once left one
like in the house,
right
like under like the TV.
Dad was napping, and like you remember how blind he was, and I knew that he'd reach for his glasses when he woke up, except I left a big like patch of Jaja's fur so he would touch it first.
Jesus H.
Yeah.
That's funny, yeah.
Jesus Murphy.
It was funny to me. Yeah.
That is like Jaja was
she was decrepit.
But like the least practical cat that you could get because of how much she shed.
Yeah. No, it was like hairballs.
Yeah.
Like toupees. She would lose like full toupees.
And then you brought her to the farm with the horses.
Dad did. I made Dad do it.
Yeah. Well, I used to think that was just a saying.
No, I don't know. I don't know what he did with her, but
yeah, I'm hoping like she wasn't
became
like
Dad's
roadkill
problem.
on the Highway 40.
No, right? I know there was something about horses in Saint Lazare, and
yeah, because that sounds like the kind of thing you tell your kid. Like, oh, we sent
Belvedere's going to Nova Scotia.
Yeah, Belvedere went to Nova Scotia.
I think Belvedere really did.
Yeah, and then, when he got to Nova Scotia, they probably sent him, to Valhalla.
They probably said, behind the shed.
Oh,
yeah. But no, Jaja, yeah, that sounds like the kind of thing you just tell a kid too. Jaja, oh, she's on the farm with the horses.
When I get out of here, I'm going to go When I get out here... When I get out of here, I'm gonna go dancing.
Yeah.
What is it?
It was.
Oh no. When I get out of here, I'm gonna take my girl dancing.
Yeah. This was in the Mario Galaxy movie last night.
Oh, really?
There are such in animated movies like that. There are such little like funny inserts that they have the most like side character say. And at one point, like Bowser was just doing like, sorry for the spoilers for all those who are going to watch the movie, but Bowser was imprisoned. and he was doing like yard work, and one of the other workers said that. Yeah, exactly. Like
when I get out of here, I'm gonna take my girl dancing.
Which is such like a funny random thing that has nothing to do with the story.
That's like the type of shit that always got you going though. Like you and I both, you know. Like I turned, I saw you laughing, and then like I just couldn't help it, man.
Yeah.
And then the trailers too, man. The Minions.
Oh yeah.
Yo, the Minions kill me.
I love those little things.
I don't know why. Jesus Christ. You see, it just doesn't stop.
Ted
That's
again,
okay.
Sure.
No, it's Lucas.
Oh, Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas. Yeah, no, it's just like I don't know what it is, man. The Minions, like they're just I don't know what it is. That just cracks me up.
Remember SpongeBob?
How could we forget
SpongeBob and the episode where what were they? The jellyfish had a rave.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, like SpongeBob at the beginning. Like I don't know why. Like I want to say like a year ago. Like I like smoked a bunch of weed one night and then just watched like season 1 SpongeBob, and it was the funniest thing in the world to me.
That was the best.
Like I was on the couch like rolling, bro.
Because it's like also written, like it was written for kids, but adults could also
You
laugh
get it,
at
yeah. Like
it was great.
as an adult, you see it in like a whole different light, and you're like, damn, this
like
is funny.
That's smart. That's why like so many memes that we see on like online on Reels or TikTok, it's like a lot of SpongeBob clips.
Yeah,
you know.
When I think of like Italy and the south of France, I think of SpongeBob, or like SpongeBob. The SpongeBob movie reminds me of Italy and the south of France because you guys were like 2 and 4 or 3 and 5. And we took this trip and rented a car, and it was the years of like those portable DVDs. Do you remember?
Yeah.
They had this little portable, even like on like we were staying in this hotel with this like rooftop pool, and the 3 of us would be like under a towel watching SpongeBob, the SpongeBob movie.
And Nanny was on that trip too, right?
No, that wasn't the trip Nanny was on.
Oh.
No,
Nanny was
Switzerland.
Oh yeah. That's when.
Remember we got there and she's like, "I think I should go home."
That's so something she would
We were
say
like
too.
in a farm in France, and she's like, "I think I should leave."
Yeah. And she paid me
Because
she's Nanny, man.
Yeah.
And she paid me $250 to stop wearing Heelys.
Yeah.
Easiest $250 I ever made.
It's true. That's probably where I
At
got
that point,
it.
I wanted to get Heelys. Like, Nanny, you're gonna pay me $250 as well. Like, I need money.
Yeah.
I want a new DS.
The shoes are $140, so if I wear, and then that's $110.
I did not have $140.
Fair enough. But that was the same trip where we were jumping naked off the diving board of that pool.
Yeah.
Satellite.
And you were like, how many months pregnant? Like 7 or 8?
No. I was just newly pregnant with Ali. It was very early on. It must have been like, I don't know, like 13 weeks. Very early.
It was his birthday. It was Charlie's birthday on that trip.
Yeah, it was my
6th, something like that.
Okay, yeah. So
and Ali was born like
February
7
8th.
months after that.
So
that's 6, 7.
however that math works.
Yeah,
That's how pregnant I was.
Okay, yeah. It's fun to reminisce on these trips. And look,
yeah. Some were good, some were bad.
Yeah, but I think, what I've realized also is, so I look at people who I think have like perfect families.
Yeah.
And just in society, I'm like, wow, this family looks perfect. And then you hear something or you see something and you're like, oh, like, dude, no family's perfect.
You don't know what goes on behind closed doors.
You have no idea.
You know what I mean? Like it can be like, picture perfect, but like behind closed doors, man, like shit can get ugly, you know?
Yeah, a whole different story. Know. You really never know.
No.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, man, like some people it's funny. Like I've had this conversation with Dad, and I was actually talking with Lori about it today too. Like, when you drive by, the big house with like 2 AMGs in the driveway, and like you see the person, they're like dripped out in like jewelry and nice watch, like, do they really have that money? Or is that all on a credit card? Like you don't know, like some people just want to like keep up with appearances. Like I'm sure there's a decent amount of that. It's
and social media makes it so easy to also seem like you have the perfect life.
That's it. Yeah, definitely does.
I saw a video that a guy was explaining how to look like a professional LARPer, which is live action role play. So basically he's like, here's how you look. Basically it's like, here's how you look super rich online. He did Toronto edition. He's like, go to Yorkville, just start posting Instagram stories in Yorkville, which is like the very expensive area of Toronto. Go to Hazelton Hotel, take pictures of the cars in the parking lot because it's like Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Go to an open house at an apartment in Yorkville, take pictures in it as if it's your own. go to different stores and try on watches and, get little samples from Chanel or Balenciaga or whatever and post. Allie's like writing this down in her room right now. Yeah. Yeah. And, I never would have known that guy was actually just doing that all for show.
Right.
I thought he actually
never would have occurred to me.
No, I thought that people actually like live that life, but some people it's just like need to look good.
Yeah.
So here's all the stuff I'm gonna do.
It's for who? Like an audience that like you're never gonna meet, or you're gonna meet those people and they're gonna be like, damn, bro, like, where's the G-Wagon?
Yeah, exactly.
Where's the Rolex?
Yeah.
Can we go back to your penthouse? No. Okay.
You live in the suburbs? Not in the city at all? Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, my beloved family, we're about 55 minutes in here. It flies by, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Just getting warmed up.
Oh, yeah? Well, we got to start cooking dinner soon. I know.
Yeah.
And
Like these Beats Studios are just like crushing the top of my head. Like,
I'm sorry.
Like I'm going to have like a throbbing headache.
Well, you could loosen them if you want.
No, we're in it now.
Okay.
I don't want to adjust.
Okay.
Like I'm here.
That's true.
Yeah.
But before we kind of start to wrap up here, every week when I have a guest on, I ask them what their core of the week is. And I've said this before on the show that this was inspired by Charlie, because before I had relaunched Birdcore for, I guess, the third stint now, I was talking to Charlie about wanting to do it, like back during Christmas. And he's like, well, what's the theme of your show? What's the point? Like, what's the idea? You can have a podcast, but if you're just talking, like what is it? What's your theme? And I thought about that a lot. And so one theme that I instilled in the show at this point is because the name is Birdcore, I always ask my guests what their core of the week is. So like for the last week, it could be a core value that you have. It could be a core belief you've been having. It could be a core feeling. It could be a core meal you had on Tuesday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could be a core, whatever, joke you heard. But your core of the last week, I would love to know what yours are. Ladies first.
Mine has been peace, family, and love.
Peace, family, love, core.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
That's 3, but
that's okay.
I'm allowed,
it's
Mama.
okay. Yeah, it's true. You are allowed.
Live, laugh, love.
Live, laugh, love, core. Yeah. But I really like that. And what I've noticed about when I ask people the core of the week, it's always a positive thing.
Yeah.
Always. Like Terry's was be kind. Dad's was family. Everyone always like taps into like a soft spot. And it kind of goes to show that they're like, as much as there is like negativity going on in the world and everywhere right now, there is also there is positivity that people have been thinking about. Like that being the highlight of your week, the core of your week is so important.
It's what counts.
Yeah, it's true.
It's all that matters to me.
Yeah. Yeah. And little pup with her head hanging down. Choopy Choo, what's your core of the week, Ben?
That's a good question.
Thank you.
I think for me, it might sound a bit corny, like you might have heard it before, but like, just do the best you can do. Do the best you can do today. Be the best you can be, and you attract that in return. If you go around, just okay, like what's the next best move, and you do that, like you're gonna get ahead. You know what I mean? But it's when you get into a negative mindset, and you just start being like a person, like that's what you attract in return. You attract. So yeah, man, that's my core. Just be the best you can be today.
That's an awesome core.
Appreciate it, bro.
I wonder what Charlie 6 years ago would say for his core versus the Charlie.
I don't want to know.
Yeah,
different guy.
Well, that goes to show that you have practiced your core. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You clearly have embodied that over the last little while. So
yeah, I mean, like I don't know, man. I've been through thick and thin. You know what I mean? Like I haven't. I've made some bad choices, and that's kind of like been a learning curve for me. You know what I mean? Like, and that just kind of that brought me to where I'm at today. You know what I mean? Like you kind of learn on your mistakes, and then you improve off of that. So that's what's brought me to where I'm at today.
Yeah, it's very much of the belief of like everything happens for a reason kind of thing.
Yeah, man.
You know, if you had never bounced around in school as a kid, it never would have led you to.
Yeah, man. Like, who knows where I would have ended up? You know what I mean? And it's funny, like, you know, some of the bad that I've been through is, you know, like it's all part of what brought me to the good of today. You know what I mean? And sometimes I ask myself, you know, like had this never happened, or like had that never happened, you know, where would I be?
Yeah, trust the timing of the universe.
Exactly. Yeah, man. I'm glad that the universe has given me the timing to be here with both of you.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I've been here for 5 or 6 days, but I'm glad that we got to sit down and do this as well.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Next time we'll get Bubs on.
Yep.
Nah, she it's okay. She's doing her own thing. I guess I should say my core of the week too. Well, I recorded with Dad and Terry 2 days ago, so I gave a core. But at the time that this comes out, it will have been a week that passed. But I mean, I guess it's kind of in a similar vein to you guys. As my core is just family core. Like, I cherish the time that I get to come home and spend with you guys, because as I get older and as I get more established away from Montreal, like in Toronto, it becomes increasingly difficult to find the time to come back here and spend with you guys. So, you know, I'm at a point where when I come home, I see you guys as much as I can, and then I see like my core of my buddies, and that's all I really want to do. So, yeah, my core has been family core, and today it'll be, I guess, Easter core. But yeah, you guys mean the world to me, and I'm really glad that we got to do this.
That's too, sweetheart.
Is there anything?
Buddy.
Love you too. Love you, Mom.
I love you, baby.
Is there anything you want to say before we go?
Just super proud of you.
Thank you.
Very happy to be here.
Okay, thank you.
What she said.
Yeah, okay, perfect. And Chippy Chew, congratulations on your graduation.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. And Sophie, you keep doing your thing. Can you hear me, Sophie? No.
She can't.
No. Okay, well, hopefully by tonight the Canadians will have clinched the playoff spot. Who knows? The city's better when the Habs are winning.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Birdcore. You can find us on YouTube. No, hold on. Yeah. Well, YouTube at Birdcore, and Instagram and TikTok at Birdcore Show. And I guess that's all I have. Happy Easter, even though this episode will be out by the time Easter has come and gone. And I always have a tough time signing out on these things because I never really know.
Same way, bro. Like I have a hard time.
Right?
I have a hard time saying bye.
Yeah.
You know, like I see someone and it's like I'll see them the next day and I'll be like, okay,
yeah,
bye,
bro. And then when you say bye to someone, you leave the function, and then you're like, oh wait, I forgot something, and you guys say bye again. It's like, so who knows? Anyway, I mean, once this stops, we'll still be all in the same room together, which is nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mom, Charlie, thank you so much. I love you.
Love you, baby.
Love you, buddy.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.